So hello and welcome guys, welcome to our YouTube channel SLR the Universal Hub. I'm hoping you and your family are in good health, but I am not in my good health today due to some cold issues. So I'll try my best to elaborate to this topic to you in the complete manner. So without further delay in the video, let's get started with the today's topic. So friends, in this today's video I'm going to talk about the difference between ChatGPT and BARD. So ChatGPT was so ChatGPT was released in India before 8 or I think it is going to almost an year to release of ChatGPT in India, but BARD recently got dropped in India, and currently it is showing experimental prompt to the Indian user to test it. So today I am going to differentiate between the two of the text generative AI tool which we are going to test using some uh, giving some command to it and prompt to it, and by analyzing how this generative AI is giving us a response by understanding those text prompt then by using their database and themselves. So let's first get started with a very small topic to explain from this generative AI. So let me type the message. Each other really hard. When they smash, they really enormous amount of energy like a giant sneeze, but much bigger. This huge explosion can cause a lot of damage and destruction to everything nearby. That's why people are very careful and try their best to make sure atom bombs are never used, because they can hurt many people and the world we live in. It's essential to remember that we should always use our toys and knowledge to make the world a happier and safer place for everyone. Let's be kind and learn about things that help people and do our planet. So what I understand from this text prompt, what ChatGPT given to us is, it is mostly explaining the bad consequences of using the atom bomb, but not about the theory about atom bomb, how it works and how it explode. uh, so I think I'll give this prompt response 3 out of 5 stars, because it is explaining the kid the consequences of using the atom bomb, but it is not teaching the kid why it is bad to use atom bomb without thinking and giving any thought. So now let's move toward the BART, and let me paste that same prompt here and wait for the so one thing I like about ChatGPT is its user experience is best as compared to BARD as of now. So as you are seeing in BARD, I need to wait for generate response, and it will collectively paste that particular response on your UI. But in case of ChatGPT, it give you feeling that it is typing as a human. So that is a very huge difference as from perspective of a regular user of ChatGPT. So it is very helpful, and it tell the user that you should wait the your answer is getting constructed, and uh, the answer which ChatGPT generate is looks like human also read as the ChatGPT is generating the answer. But in case of BARD AI, you need to wait as you are seeing. So let's move forward with the what the answer BARD given to us. Sure, have you ever been seen a balloon? What when you blow it up really big and then let go, it pops. An atom bomb is likely really a big balloon that pops, but instead of air, it's filled with atom. Atom are the smaller part of everything in the world, and when they pop they release a lot of energy. This energy can be strong that it can destroy building and even whole cities. Atom bombs are very dangerous and we should never use them again, but they can also be useful for good things like making medicine or power plants. So it's important to learn about them so that we can use them safely. Here is a simple analogy that you can use to explain atom bomb to a 5-year-old. So after reading this answer from the BARD, I am more elevated toward the BARD answer, because here in this answer BARD is explaining the concept of atom bomb in term of 5-year-old kid, as well as the consequences and the benefit of using the atom bomb as well. So this is a pretty well constructed answer from. So if you also compare the answer of ChatGPT and BARD one, you will also agree with my perspective here. So let's move toward with the next question. So next question I'll ask it related to programming field. So in this question I increase the age by just 5, and let's see what it gives us to us. Hey there, young Frank, machine language is like secret code that computer understand. You know how we humans speak different language like English, Spanish, French. Computer can't understand this. Instead they have their own language and it's called machine language. In machine language everything is written using just two symbols, zero and ones, and it's like special way to talking to computer that they can understand directly. Computer have a tiny brain inside called the processor, and this processor can only understand the zeros and ones. So when we want to computer do something like adding to numbers, showing a picture, we have to tell it using machine language. It's like giving the computer step by step system instruction, but we have to use zeros and ones instead of what. But don't worry, we don't have to speak machine language ourselves. Clear people called programmer use other programming language like Python, JavaScript, write instruction in a way that easier for human to understand. Then special program called compiler and interpreter translate those is an instructor into machine language that the computer can follow. So even though machine language sound a bit tricky, it's like a secret language that make our computer work and do all the cool stuff they do. So so as for the rating to this answer, I'll give you it 4 out of 5. So it is pretty much convincible answer from the perspective of generative AI and as perspective of mine as well. So the answer here is explained pretty well to 10-year-old kid in, because he might not be able to understand the advanced stuff. So here the chat gpt is only teaching it in terms of zero and ones and what is the programming language's basic concept. So let's now ask the same question from the BARD as well. When I was generating that answer from the BARD, it got stuck in between. So this is one minus point from the BARD as well here. So let's move forward with what the answer it prompt to us. The sure machine language is the language that computer understand is made of a series of zeros and ones which are called bits. Each bit represent a single piece of information like a number or letter. Computer can only understand machine language. So when you write a program, you have to translate it to a machine language. This is a very difficult process. So most programmers use the other language, just like Python, Java, to write their program. These languages are easier to understand, but they have to translate to machine language before they can run by a computer. Here's an analogy that can use to explain machine language to 10-year-old kid. Imagine that you want to give a set of instruction to a robot. You could write the instruction in English, but the robot would understand them. You should have to translate the instruction into language that the robot can understand, like a binary code. Binary code is made of zeros and one, and the robot can understand these because they represent the ons and off state of the robot circuit. Machine language is like a binary code, but it's a language that computer understand. It's the lowest level language the computer can understand. It's the language that all programmers eventually translate into. I hope this helps. So let's talk about the formatting of the answer here. So the formatting of the answer from the BARD is pretty much impressive as compared to ChatGPT, and it also give you examples. So let get toward the ChatGPT. So here the ChatGPT pretty much well explained the concept of the machine language, but it didn't give a particular example to 10-year-old kids. Like here it is explained what is zeros and one, how zeros and one work in the machine language, how a programmer used by other programming language in term of English and that programming language will get converted to machine language. But here in case of BART, it also explain the concept as well as the give example. So I will give it 5 out of 5. It is not biased rating, but you will also agree with my perspective if you analyze this answer yourself. So now let's move forward with the next concept, and that is let's ask about the taxes in uh, so let's now ask about the taxes from ChatGPT as per 20-year-old. So in this question I also set a particular limit of character, so let's see how the ChatGPT will react and BARD will react here. Okay. So this can be the most optimal answer for in this 100 characters here. So let's move forward with the Google Bard and paste that similar question here. Okay, I think I didn't copy the question from here, so let me copy here. Okay, so this is the negative point of BARD which you are seeing here. So I also given 100 character limit to it, but if you are seeing this answer, so yeah, you can yourself say that this is not in so this answer is not following the limit which I have given to it. But the answer is pretty much good one. So uh, so Bard is a little self-conscious about the given condition as compared to Chat GPT. But I can conclude after these two answers only. So your opinion can also differ from mine, so it depend on the different kind of opinion. So let's move forward with the last question. So today I only ask very basic question to differentiate. If you want me to ask advanced question from chat gpt, then comment in the comment section. I'll definitely ask the advanced question from chat gpt as well. So move forward with the last question. So let's see what we got here. So parallel universe are like other world that exist alongside our own. Here they everything might be similar or different. Imagine another you living in a different life in each universe, making different choices. It's like endless stories happening all at once, but we cannot sit or visit them. Scientists explore this fascinating idea, but it's a very mystery. So this answer is like pretty much convincible to a 10-year-old kid. And let me ask the same question from the chat bard. This part is pretty annoying from bard when I have to wait for my answer. Believe me, it is wasting my time as well. So let's move forward with the answer. Oh please, fucking shit. Someone explained, but you need to follow the standard which I was given to you by the users, but it is not following those. So in term of following the condition provided by user, BARD is pretty much trash as compared to ChatGPT. uh, and if you are not agreeing with me, that's your opinion as well, but um, the plus point of BARD is it is the template of an answer provided by BARD is good as compared to ChatGPT. But the difference here is I'm using the experimental software of BARD, but in here ChatGPT I am using the free version of ChatGPT. So you almost all of you know that in free version of ChatGPT you will not you will never get the full feature of ChatGPT. So here the ChatGPT we are using, it's not is up to it's, and the ChatGPT what we here are using is not using its up to full potential which it should be using. So let's move forward with the answer here. Show here's an explanation of parallel universe of 10-year-old. Imagine that you have a magic mirror that show you different version of yourself. In this version you have a different hair, different color, different this is what parallel universe. It is different version of a universe, everything just little bit different. Scientists don't know for sure parallel, but there are some theories that suggest they might. One theory is that our universe is just one of many universes that exist in the multiverse. The multiverse is a collection of all the different universes that exist, and each universe is slightly different from others. It's hard to imagine what a parallel universe would look like, but it's a fun thought experiment. Maybe in one parallel universe you famous actor, maybe in another parallel universe you are a superhero. The possibility are endless. Parallel and there here are some example. Parallel universe are often thought of as being very similar to our own, but with a just few simple difference. For example, maybe in parallel universe we have blue eyes instead of brown eyes. So the answer is pretty much good, but this trash is not following the guidelines provided by me. So if you are looking, this answer is not fitting the criteria which I have given to the part, but the answer is pretty much good. And if ChatGPT also didn't follow this instruction, I think ChatGPT will also provided a very convincible answer uh, compared to previous one which it provided. So this is it for the today's video. So friends, if you like this video, please subscribe the channel and also press the bell icon, so whenever I upload new video you'll get notified instantly. So also share this video to your friends so they can also enjoy this kind of a video and learn input set. So we'll meet in different video. Bye guys.